encountering the deadly disease, the bubonic plague terrified the people of Europe, causing them to explore both logical and illogical cures for the plague, resulting in one of the most tragic disease outbreaks in history.
The people would explore different theories that would cure the victims of the Black Death. The people would create illogical cures. Some of those would be
10-year charcoal, which is a medicine that is sticky, smelly, and sweet. Arsenic, which is poison. Crushed emeralds. Sitting in the sewers. Sitting in a room between two fires. And ground unicorn horn. The people would also create logical cures. Some of those would be cooked onions, fumigating your house with herbs, and eating a healthy diet.
To get rid of the plague, some people would burn down homes and even entire villages. They also hid in their homes. People became isolated from other people to have a better chance of surviving the plague. When encountering the Black Death, the victim would come across many symptoms, such as having chills, getting a fever, headaches, continuous muscle pain, seizures, spitting frothy, bloody sputum, having pain in the chest when you breathe deeply, severe coughing, and swellings all over. The doctor of the plague doctor, would wear a crow-like mask to prevent from catching the plague.
The disease got its nickname, the Black Death, because of the symptoms of the plague. The disease causes spots on the skin that first are red but then turn black.
The plague had large social and economic effects. Some felt the wrath of God was descending upon man and so fought the plague with prayer. Some felt they should obey the maxim, eat, drink, and be merry, for tomorrow you may die.
Others turned to the church to help them heal. When the church didn't help them heal, they became less religious and turned away from the church. The people that did remain with their faith began to build private chapels to worship in.
In medieval England, the Black Death killed 1.5 million people out of an estimated total of 4 million people between 1348 and 1350. No medical knowledge existed in medieval England to cope with the disease.
The Black Death occurred during 1347 to 1352 in Europe. For the 5 years in Europe, at least 25 million people died, and a third of Europe's population was killed. The disease has not disappeared, though the outbreaks of it are less likely. An outbreak of straw in India in the early 1990s occurred, and another more recently in Texas.
These first started when a rat spread it to a flea. The flea exchanged it with more fleas, and they would infect the humans. The Black Death arrived in Europe by sea in 1347 when 12 Genesee trading ships docked at the Sicilian port of Messina after a long journey through the Black Sea.
The Black Death is a bacteria-borne disease, the bacteria in question being Yersinia pestis, which was carried in the blood of wild black rats and the fleas that lived on the rats.
The span of human evolution, but of course we're talking about an epidemic that claimed 50 million people.
Yeah.
That took 5 years to spread, basically from the Golden Horn all the way into parts of Norway, and that represented about 40 to 50% of the European population at the time. So nothing like we've seen.
Yeah.
Right. That's a mortality rate. But by comparison, 50 million people died in the 1918 flu, and that represented a mortality rate of 3%.
The bubonic plague was a dangerous disease that killed millions of people. It forced people to explore ways to cure and stop the spread of the disease.